plant-based. So I would say, I mean, for me, it's gonna consist of everything here, right? So, but right down the middle, I want to say, throughout your days, try to make this vegetables, man. And when I say vegetables, try to eat greener. So, like I snack on celery, or like you got your cucumbers, zucchini. Try to make it flavorful though. So if you can add any kind of seasonings, like what do they call, like baby, what's that Mexican seasoning or they put on the vegetables? Just anything that kind of make it tasteful, because even
Tajín.
yeah, something like that. So when you put just, even for like the kids, especially, like you just want them to get the taste of, or get the idea of eating vegetables. Because you can always get back the flavor and they're going to still eat it. You might have to tell them a couple times, but they'll eat it. So same thing goes with us though, because we're so used to the taste and we're trying to get sensation. So, so what I'm saying is, and greener, right? The greener is better. You know why, Joe? The chlorophyll in it is really high, or like, so like you got your like parsley, like wheatgrass, or like the kale, a lot of chlorophyll. It helps get the accumulated, what is it, the metals and toxins that accumulate in your body, helps them flush out of your system better. Okay, it's better for digestion, gives you fiber. So you know what I mean. It just goes on and on. And you were here last week when we talked about fiber a little bit. Okay, so whole foods, plant-based, fiber all day. Like, okay, and do you remember why fiber was kind of important? Like, I mean, you've heard. Why do you think fiber is important?
You go to the bathroom?
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. So what it does is fiber. It doesn't. We don't soak the fiber into our bloodstreams, right, and use it. It gets things moving. And Joe, you know about peristalsis, right? Okay, so the gut has natural movement just to move food down. So what it does is that fiber moves, right? It's like it's not absorbing, like it's not getting absorbed into our bloodstream, therefore it's staying there. But what happens is with like bile or just waste, the fiber is soaking up that waste and toxins, and so it's like substance almost, okay? So yeah, so it just gets things moving. If you don't get things moving, then the toxins are going to soak back because your intestines are absorbing, and they reabsorb too. So, Joe, what's the other process though? It's absorb, reabsorption. There's another one. Yeah. Okay. So, like, because the blood, because
that's why I'm here.
yeah, exactly. Well, check this out, because this is anatomy. Okay, this is like what I learned in school. So, because your intestines are so long, right? And it takes so long because there's two different times when your intestines are absorbing. Okay, so one time beginning, one time later. Okay, so meaning if you have nutrient needs later, it's going to absorb again. Okay, so but within that, it's like dispensing the waste out of your, you know what I mean? It's making that waste, so the toxins are going into the store, or like making the substance. Okay, so with this, I think the rest of this, like for you guys, like since it's kind of hard, like if you think it's like really hard to cut down the meats and stuff, I would say you could do meats here. But do you remember what like, kind of animal-based proteins last week I told you, or Joe?
What you used to stay away from red meats, more anything else like seafood or chicken.
Seafood, chicken is good, and then because they're more. Do you know why? You remember?
Well, the less fattier and they break down quicker.
They break down, but they're alkaline forming. So we talked about things when you take them into your body, they create acidic environments in your body, and so therefore like opportunistic microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, what else? Cancer cells, they thrive in those type of situations, right? Our body is not made for that. Like that's why we're seeing a lot of illnesses, I believe, because we eat a lot of sugar, refined carbohydrates. Because you talk about carbs, and we'll talk about them in just a second. But yeah, so the meats, like, and even eggs. So eggs are cool too, because those are one of the best protein sources, like available protein sources. So, okay, so meats. I'm gonna say grains, okay. And I'd say legumes. Legumes are our beans, And we'll go nuts, seeds, okay? And I mean, they could kind of vary between here, but vegetables, like you have to get it and try to just incorporate greener. And again, the grains, okay? So when you're eating carbs though, where are your carbs? Like, what do you think you're eating that's carbs?
I eat bread.
Okay,
but
so
like
bread.
I'm eating like whole grain or try to at least.
Whole grain. Have you checked ingredients on the bread?
Yeah.
Okay, so it has to say whole wheat flour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and then just check if they're putting enriched. Try to find stuff without enriched. You can find it. It'll take a little bit of time. If you can read everything on there and it doesn't sound like chemical, like a damn lab thing, so then you should be okay. Okay, because it's easier for your body to break down. Okay, it's not foreign, so foreign. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because like you guys can kind of realize or relate to say alcohol. When we drink alcohol, if your body doesn't change it, you're going to become, it's toxic. You'll die, okay? Or what's it called? Yeah, because it has to change it. It has to change the formation of the alcohol in order to stay or to be able to be in your system, okay? So bread, what else do you think? Carbohydrates.
That's mainly it.
That's mainly it.
I'm
So you're eating a lot of bread.
bread with like. I mean, because I'm eating vegetables like as much as I can take.
Okay.
Like that, I know I can eat and not feel like okay, I need to stop. Like.
Okay.
'Cause
So
I
the
feel
bread.
like if I just start trying so much vegetables, I'm just gonna give up and just be like I can't.
No,
do this.
you got to build the taste.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get
So
used
like
to it.
I've just been eating like I snack on like carrots and celery and nuts and stuff like that.
What are you craving?
Sugar.
Sugar.
Like everything sweet.
Okay. Okay. All
So
right.
I've been eating a lot of bananas and apples.
Okay. So crave sugar. Okay. What's up, Joe?
I've cut out bread ever since our first meeting,
Okay.
but someone suggested if I wanted to have a bread, there's a bread in the refrigerator section at Sprouts,
Yep.
and it's this one right here. That's what it looks like. But
Ezekiel?
Oh, the Ezekiel, okay.
yeah, I haven't even tried it yet, but it says here sprouted grain bread,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the kind of bread he's talking about. So
And those breads, we usually refrigerate ours. Now into the frozen section, but you can freeze it, or put it in the refrigerator. It should be okay. But what's it called? Because like if you get stuff with no salt or preservatives, be careful with that. How you seal it up, like chips, anything like with no salt, anything, they go stale or they grow mold. So the bread, I would put if you get no salt or something like that, put it in the fridge so it doesn't get bad. But if you're craving sugar, this may be due to low protein or mineral deficiency, okay? Because you may be thinking, well, I need to eat meat again because I'm saying protein, right?
Right.
But last time I told you, your vegetables, your legumes, nuts, your grains, they all have amino acids, okay? And your body will use those to synthesize proteins, okay? So now what a majority of people out there today are running under this though, mineral deficiencies. Your body isn't able to, your body's not able to function properly, therefore it cannot absorb and use the minerals that you think you're putting in your body. Even the vitamins, when you're eating vitamins, it may not be a good source for your body efficient source to absorb. You know what I mean? Okay? But all of this is. So, Barry, you have a question?
What type of minerals? Like carrots, what?
Okay, so you guys all know what the minerals are? Like calcium. Okay, so check this out. Okay, so top four deficiencies. I don't know if you can see this, but it's going to be calcium, right? Because osteoporosis is growing in the United States. What else? Potassium and magnesium. Okay. You can tell this because with the ways that muscles contract, or even hypertension, the vessels contract. It's all about the movement of calcium Calcium moves with magnesium, and then potassium is sodium. But so what I'm saying is, in order for an exchange to be done between, or to make a contraction, these things exchange. It's really complex, but the fact is, if we're deficient, or if we don't have enough calcium or the minerals that we need to make new bones, make new tissue, what do you think happens? What do you think, Joe? If we are low?
They deteriorate. They don't live.
Well, check this out. The body is so resilient, though, right? And the body wants to survive.
So it works harder to produce those.
Where can the body get minerals?
From the liver.
Probably breaking down tissue, the bones, calcium, osteoporosis. Okay, so if we're not able to if we don't get the nutrients, guess what? Body's grabbing them. Boom, 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 boom. And this could be even like, since the calcium and magnesium are so important for muscle contractions, even artery contractions. How about that? And if it's so important, especially with circulatory system, it's going to take those from the bones, because your heart is the one that's making us live. Okay? It is priority over your bones. Okay? So, but you're saying crave sugar, so try to also, it could be, okay, so we said protein mineral deficiency. Try not to think so much the protein right now. I'm telling you, like, if you trust me, these right here are going to, try to eat more beans, nuts, seeds. Those have more protein, but like I said, these also do too. And those are your like greens, kale, what else? Kale, just like your greener leafy greens, okay? And also potassium. Potassium, it has to do with craving sugar. If you're low on potassium, which like the banana, I'll tell you, if you try it out, but if you're low on potassium, you want to eat higher potassium, foods that have it. So you want your kale or your greens, like when you see stuff like power greens or super greens, that means it's probably the kales and it's probably the chard and these things. When they say super, it just means it has like it's nutrient dense. Okay, so potassium, you want to eat, I'll just write right here, avocado, really abundant in potassium, bananas, yeah. But again, if your sugar's high, it's fine though, because it's different from processed sugar. It breaks down slower, and eat them not so ripe. If they're riper, it makes your glycemic index go up faster. So if you want to eat bananas, try to eat them when they're yellow-green. Yeah.
So ever since our first meeting,
Okay.
I've been getting this. I sent you a picture of this one. It's a dietary supplementary daily vitamin.
Yeah.
It's all natural, and it's got it's iron free, and it's got potassium, magnesium, zinc,
Yeah.
Iodine, calcium, all those things that you're mentioning.
Yeah.
And then this is what it looks like. It's at the vitamin shop. Now it is expensive. So,
Yes.
But it's 90 pills. It's for 90
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
And this is the way to go. If you're lacking like how do I get all that?
Yeah.
If you're eating right, you're getting it. But if you feel like you're missing something, just make sure you're taking a daily vitamin, because this gives you everything that you need.
Well, see, this is the thing. Okay, Joe's on a good point, but like I said, concentrate on getting your vitamin. Try to reach your vitamin sources from here. It's going to take time. Like I said, that's probably a good idea. If you're on something, kind of lean off of it and try to eat more. Because I'm telling you, these things are just powerhouses. They have nutrients, all types of different minerals. Okay, not just certain times. When they say like eat, what do they say? Yeah, bananas. They have potassium. No, they have way more than that. Okay, because they're plant. They have minerals. They absorb the nutrients from the soil. And so that way our body can get it. So, but what were you saying about that?
And that's carbs too, the banana.
Bananas carbs too.
If you're craving carbs, make it a good carb. Make it a banana.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly. Okay, if you're craving something, me personally, I would do nuts, seeds, like I make a trail mix out of nuts, seeds, and raisins, something sweet, because you're saying sweet, right? Check this out though. So if you feed your body and you just I'm saying get full off nutrition, okay? If it's more nutrition, get full. Whenever you're hungry, get full, but make sure it's nutritional. But because if it's processed, it's gonna break down faster, shoot up in the sugar. Your sugar level's gonna go like this, like, okay? Instead of going like just gradual, okay? So what I'm saying though is if it's more nutritional, like your body's gonna balance out better. You're gonna get your essentials, what you're needing. You're gonna crave at first. It's gonna hit you hard, but you just try to gradually work against that. Okay, try to build a willpower. But like I said, so try to up your potassium needs. Bananas. But yeah, it's easy. Like Google it. I mean, those are the top ones though that I saw. And that what I incorporate. I do celery. Celery and carrots also have it. So celery, carrots.
Carrots?
Yep.
And that's carbs too.
But that's
If-
what I'm
if,
talking about.
If
But-
you want another good carb that's good for you, it's sweet potatoes.
Yeah, sweet potatoes. Orange
It breaks
potatoes.
down
So,
for you.
yeah. Sweet potatoes. So okay. Any other questions? Oh, so you're craving sugar. Like I said, I told Joe the other day. With any of your cravings, eat nutritional, but get full. If you're hungry, eat. Because your body's wanting nutrition. It's not saying, oh, it might want the stimulation, yeah, but it's probably needing a protein or mineral need. More likely a mineral need.
I get a sweet tooth at night. I can do real good the whole day, but like I try not to eat bananas too because I try to stay from bread, period. Because for me, bread, that's the Instacart. It's bad for me. Period. As soon as I eat, I can feel it just go straight to my waist. But here and there, when I eat bananas, I'll just, like he said, the trail mix. You just kind of get the banana, put it in the trail mix. That way, you just take a bite, and you're done with the banana. So it makes it crunchier, and you have texture and flavor, and you satisfy your sweet tooth for a little bit.
Yeah. Even do like almond butter. Gotti made a good. It was almond butter and do apples. Just something different.
I heard
You know what I mean?
cashew butter's good too. You put a
Yeah.
bunch of no salt cashews in a processor if you got a good
You got a
one.
processor.
And
Yeah.
just cashews and just
Invest in a
add anything to
processor,
it.
man.
Cashew butter?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I haven't had it, but my friend who's lost a lot of weight is he gives me all this advice too, and Abel gives me advice, and
Yeah.
he said cashew, throw it in the processor and
Yeah.
blend it real good.
Gotti,
It's really good.
Gotti made a good one too. What's it called? How many of you guys got a juicer? Anybody? I
I got juice it, but I don't use it.
I mean, is it good? Like blend, like a NutriBullet, something?
My friend gave it to me.
Really?
He doesn't like it.
I think the NutriBullets are a little bit cheaper. We have a Vitamix, but like I said, if you want to get all your sources, make it decent. Get in the habit of making an easy drink. Greens, you could do greens. Put some lemon juice in there, apples, and say like carrots or something. But the greener the better. And then you get all your sources. You get the fiber, you get everything. And guess what? Since it's broken down already, you're taking a break on your stomach, right? And so when you take a break, your body systems get to heal. They keep you know what I mean? So it's not working so hard on breaking down all this other stuff, so it gets to heal. It'll heal. So, and then it'll be easier to go into the intestines and draw and so. Okay. Any other questions before we? And then I'll start. Yeah. Okay. So you good? Are you all right? Okay. Okay. If you guys have any questions, text me. When I'm telling you, like, if you have any questions at
Little
all.
kid has a question.
Yeah. What's going on, Ray?
It's because like the vegetables like broccoli and like carrots.
Mm-hmm.
Do all the vegetables you have to be green, or do they like different colors?
The greener is better, but like I said, they have studies on angiogenesis, which is the cancer cells. They grow vessels in order to spread, right? And that's how they move. They grow vessels and they spread.
And also,
There are parts of foods that prevent angiogenesis, and they showed that a mixture, especially like teas or antioxidant foods, a tea acting alone is not as strong as 2 teas like a mixture. It's a higher chance of preventing angiogenesis. So in my theory, foods work together. They know how to work together. The body knows how to use them. So it can just, it does it.
Is
It
this,
just,
is
okay?
that like the
Um,
average person?
Okay, so I'm gonna be on.
440
Okay, so I'm just going to recap real quick. So I went over staying motivated, creating a mindset. So don't wait for what can happen today, right? All it takes is an idea. Stick with an idea, whatever it is. I'm trying to give you some ideas just to put in your head so that you can, so you have a foundation or something, it could just click, okay? And I said, all change happens in a blink of an eye, okay? But the change is a process, though. The whole change is going to be a process. But that change is instant. Once you decide, I'm not going to take it no more. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cut that out. Everything that you start cutting or even improving is just going to keep going, okay? You're going to take off. So, and I said, if you can't think of something, if you left this world today, what would you hold on? What would you regret? What are you waiting for? Life is too short. If something happened tomorrow, I mean, you'd say, dang, I wish I had more time for this. I should have did this. Think of doing it now, all right? And maybe your health may be affecting you. Your health affects your mindset, right? Your mind. If you're tired, you don't got that drive. Yeah? Okay, so some ideas. I will feed my body what it truly needs. I'm not going to let myself down. I will not live unhealthy. I will not be another statistic. My life is important. And like I said, all of you, your lives are very important and you're worth it, okay? My personal reason, I wasn't happy. I was uncomfortable, and I was tired of it. I mean, I wanted to be able to function with my kids. I thought of my kids. I started thinking, what are my kids going to run into? If I can't solve this, what is my kids' future looking like? So some tools. Hang a good picture of yourself when you're really happy or like even younger. I mean, you kind of know what you had some type of healthy moment in your life where you were happy, okay? So just kind of hang that up and just look at yourself. I mean, and start working towards that. If you tire yourself enough, like every day that you're going to do, and you're just constantly working to, you're going to see yourself changing. You're already thinking yourself like, that's me. That's, you know what I mean? Like you're speaking to your subconscious. So some goals. Hang up some goals. Do smaller goals. Hang up like 10 goals and start checking them off. Because when you start checking them off, you're going to see yourself, you're progressing, okay? Even try just cutting out certain foods. And don't rely on weight. Don't rely, if you don't see those pounds come off, you'll tend to lose that momentum, okay? I just talked to my cousin. He's lost about 60 pounds. And he said he didn't see some weight come off. And I said, I told you, don't do that to yourself. Eat better, and the body kind of tends to, it could even be water weight. You could be retaining water and you're not losing weight. You know what I mean? And so you get down about it. Okay, some documentaries that I've seen that inspired me to change my way and kind of made me realize more about food. And I talked about what a more whole foods, plant-based diet. Like, this is real food, okay? When you start looking at box stuff, start telling yourself, you got to look at the ingredients. And we talked about, we can say that our body systems are like a car. we need the essentials, oil, water, gas. In other words, we need raw materials, nutrients, vitamins, minerals. Majority of our needs are mineral-based. They've tested that. What is it? What is it when they don't bury someone? They cremated body. The ashes are calcium. So that means that our bodies are mainly mineral, like it's like 70% calcium. Okay, so our calcium needs are off the chart. So we need minerals, and we get those from plants, or even like a whole foods plant-based diet. Okay, so jet fuel or sludge, cut it out. The car cannot run on jet fuel or sludge. It's going to break down, so what do? You get the sludge out, so cut out what's unnecessary. So that means like the processed goods, the additives, preservatives. it takes the primary focus off of cleaning so much and can let your body relax and heal. Let's see, and don't run the car on high RPM. So if you do that all the time, it's going to break down. You're going to overheat. You're just wearing the car, wearing it. So what I'm saying is, I compare these to stressors because our body's on such high alert. And with me, when I can tell I was very anxious, okay? And what that means is that you can't relax. Your body is never at a state of just like you can't just think normal or just you're thinking too much, okay? And we live in a society where we run into people every day, so we have to interact, right? We got to watch out, even like depending on the neighborhood you work or wherever you go, or you heard something on the news and so now you're on alert more. You know what I mean? So these are stressors. Without even thinking it, they're stressors. And so what are some things, Joe, that happens when you're stressed? Or like, stress.
But it throws your body off, like your
So blood pressure
hormones,
maybe,
blood pressure.
makes your mind kind of, so what it is like you're getting ready for a fight, right? Because if you get ready for a fight, your brain isn't acting, it isn't acting right. It's not thinking it's all your blood is circulating to your muscles because you've got to fight, right? So, and so what happens is, in that case, different hormones are going around and, it's just, getting your heart rate up, and so everything's just tight, okay? So, what was I going to say? So, in cases of anxiety and living a daily life, that's what we're doing. It might not be so like you're going to fight, but your body is getting like that, okay? And so it's doing so. And when it does that, tell me if you're thinking about getting in the fight or you're working out, you're getting that blood pumping. You're burning nutrients. You're burning those those calories or your needs. You're burning it. You're burning your tank. Okay. And so what happens is if we don't even fill that nutritional tank up after, we're running on empty like majority of the time. Okay. So, and like I said, the body's so resilient that you think you're okay and you're living, right? But then at some point, it just hits a wall. It can't, it's going to get its nutrients, like I said, about the osteoporosis and drawing the minerals out of the bones. Okay, and we talked about cutting out the junk. Check your ingredients, right? Priorities. I listed some priorities for purchasing food, so if you can't afford it, low ingredients, always check your ingredients, no matter what. No matter what. Try to pick nutrient-dense foods. We all carry smartphones. Check out and see what, like I said, the potassium thing, look into it a little bit. But even the greener leafy lettuces, and just kind of see what you're eating a little bit. So get an MGMO whenever you can. That's genetically modified. So do you know, Joe, the GMO? Okay. Joe, you know too, Joe? Yeah. Okay. So I talked about that a little bit last time. So just get back to what's natural, what the body is made to break down. Okay. And organic is probably one of the last because it could be a little bit more pricey, but there are reasons. There are reasons behind this. They use less contaminants, pesticides, and therefore the plant it can absorb more nutrients and it doesn't kill the good bacteria off also. So, okay, so remove processed goods. Watch out for they're refined. So watch out for the sugars. Anything in oats is additive sugar. Okay, anything like dextrose, maltose. Let's see if you need to better. Organic cane sugar. I've read in a book like it's supposed to be better. Brown sugar. Look for agave, honey, things that are naturally sweet. Even maple syrup. Okay, because if you look it up, maple syrup has benefits. And so, like I said, I'm telling you, the body can use things that come from the earth. It's just naturally made for us. Okay. So, watch out for MSG. It's hidden behind natural flavors and a bunch of different other names. Additive colors, preservatives, and chemicals, okay? These are all the names that MSG is hidden under, okay? So you know what MSG is, everybody?
No.
Yeah? MSG is just strictly made to stimulate you. When this Chinese man made it, he called it, it's it helps bring joy. That's it. Okay? So just working with your senses off your tongue, you go, whoa, this is good. So this thing could taste like cardboard, or they can add this and it just stimulates you. Okay? So they do, watch, they put it, if you check your frozen goods, there's a lot, sodium and preservatives also. So we talked about the sugar intake, okay? It's been in the American Medical Association, I believe, that, or been put there that once you start going over 6 teaspoons of sugar a day, for women, is that when you start seeing health effects, okay? Health issues. Men, 9, okay? So kind of watch that, and I put up here, so you can have, what is it? So 4 grams is equal to 1 teaspoon, okay? So I put 40 grams of sugar because it's 10 teaspoons. 1 soda has 10 teaspoons of sugar, so with 1 soda, you've already surpassed your sugar. Okay? So your risk for seeing health effects is there. Okay? And I just put some examples of ingredients so you can kind of see. So start checking them. Look at all the additive colors. This is a kid's candy, colored chocolate candy, okay?
Oh my god.
Oh, and also abundance in sources. The first one is always the most abundant. This is the least. Okay? So it kind of works down. So this is, look at sugar, chocolate, and even lactose is another sugar, artificial flavor, sugar. All those are in the front. So they're most abundant in there.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Look at water, carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, the first 2 in this green drink, okay? Yeah, so let's see. And then this, okay, so right here though, this is how you can see how there's companies that make decent products out there. I can read every single one of these and know it's good. The agave nectar, I know that's for a sweetener.
That looks
Okay.
so good. I
Yeah.
love that stuff.
So I put the good foods. I was telling you earlier, nut seeds, nut butters. Try to stay away from peanuts. People tend to be more allergic. Okay, so we talked about giving your body a break. Okay, if it's not irritant or irritated, then it can concentrate on what it can do, heal, okay, and detox. So beans, lentils, greens, wheatgrass, very beneficial. If you ever see a place that offers wheatgrass, go ahead and take a shot, or if you can, blend it in your juice, whatever you can do.
What's it got?
Abundance of minerals. I mean, just everything. Amino acids, high in chlorophyll, very high in chlorophyll.
Seaweed.
What else? It has B12 in it. How they say people can't get vitamin B12 from anything other than meat. Do you guys know why meat comes from vitamin B12? It's because the animals that eat it, they eat food, right? Or they're eating grass or whatever's coming from the dirt. Nothing is clean. It's always just dirt, right? Well, the bacteria that's in the dirt, they create the B12. And this is the thing. Your body doesn't keep needing a source. Your body can recycle the B12. It's in your gut. Okay? So it can be processed and recycled through your liver in your system. Okay? Okay. So, as I told you about vitamin D, right? You guys remember? How do we get vitamin D? The sun. Okay. And now I believe it's your sun. It's you processing. It's the way you process the sun's rays to make vitamin D. Okay. And the way I can prove this is I have my lab work that when I started trying to do this company with Jose in the beginning, I was just gung ho on this, and so I kind of fell off my nutrition. Right. Well, my labs were they were getting bad a little bit, right? I said, dang, what's going on, you know? Well, this summer, when I got everything back in normal, my vitamin D went back up without taking supplements, okay? And everything went back good, okay? Even thyroid function, okay? Because even in the beginning of the year, the thyroid was acting up again or whatever. So everything is back. So what I'm saying is, when you get your body functions back to normal and your body is able to stabilize, you can process things better. Yeah? Any questions about that?
No, but I did want to mention, since that first class I came to and you told us about the vitamin D,
Yeah.
I used to go to the gym in the mornings,
Okay.
And I do my workout. And
Yeah.
Since you told me that, I go now to MJC, or I go to, like, I run around the mall outside, or I run around TJ Maxx and Best Buy.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I did this morning. I swear to you,
What?
I'm running so much better and faster, and I can go a lot. I'm doing like 3.6 miles
Yeah.
in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Which asked me to do that in the gym on that treadmill.
Yeah.
I probably did a mile.
Because this is a thing too. I mean, it might be good for you just to get outside and kind of like. I'm telling you, your mind is it just acts different with just being around different surroundings. If you're in a closed room, you're not going to be that great. If you have a window and you're seeing outside, you're kind of like connecting. You know what I mean? You're just seeing. I'm telling you, there's something going on. Like you can connect with nature, or like it just kind of pieces the mind. You know what I mean? So just getting outside, and like I said, you said the sun's rays also. You know what I mean? So.
I never thought about it until you mentioned it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, it
I'm
works.
telling you. So, what's going on? So, if you're eating meat, animal-based products right here. Oh, stay away from the refined white salt. Try to get sea salt or Himalayan salt. Okay, it's more like mineral-based. And so, let's see. If you're eating meat, animal-based products, try to get the eggs, fish, chicken, or lamb. They're more alkaline forming, so they won't be so acidic forming. Okay. Lord. Drink water. Don't overdo it with water. If you're thirsty, I mean, make your only drink water or tea. Okay? Because you get the antioxidants. If you have to drink some type of alcohol, maybe wine, but like I said, it might have a little bit of sugar in there. But like I said, they said the darker the berry, the more antioxidants it'll have. So if you're having dark or red wine, it has a lot of antioxidants. And then coffee, try to drink black coffee. If you need coffee, drink black coffee if you can. Because it's still, there's some benefits from it, but you can do without the creamers and all those, what else you guys put? Sugar, yeah.
I have cut out coffee, I've cut out sugar in my coffee.
Okay.
And I've cut out sugar in my tea, but I'm doing, instead of cream, and this might be not okay, but I'm doing steamed milk.
Okay.
Is that okay?
It's better because if you do the creamers, like I said, if you probably check your creamer, they probably add stuff to it. And if you're getting just straight milk and you're doing whatever,
Yeah.
what are you doing with it? You're steaming it?
Yeah, I would go to Starbucks in the mornings.
Yeah.
The one in O'Brien's.
Yeah.
And I get a regular coffee with a shot of espresso in it,
Yeah.
and I say with some steamed milk. And they ask me which one, and I say whole or 2%. Because
Okay.
the less percent, I mean, the more
Yeah.
percent,
Yeah.
the more sugar they put to kind of make up for the fat.
No, I hear
So
you.
if you do whole,
Yeah, that's what it is.
if you do whole, you get the less sugar, but you know you got to burn off the fat yourself. I guess.
Have you noticed that? Because you just mentioned it, but I haven't mentioned it. If there's anything that says low carbs or low fat or something to do with that, they
More
add
sugar.
stuff. They add sugar. They add artificial flavorings. They add preservatives.
Because you won't buy it. It tastes like crap without
Yeah.
the fat.
Yeah.
So they have to make it taste better.
What are some other options though? Like for dairy, if you cut out dairy, like they got the soy milk, right? And they got some. Yeah, she does soy milk when she goes there. So you should try it. Just try it because, like I said, give your body a. I tell my cousin this too because, like I said, he's been losing weight, and I tell him, give the body just an easier time to digest these foods and let it heal, let it do its work, you know. And so, what I mean by that is, if you change the soy milk instead of dairy, I'd probably consider that because the milk is acidic forming, right? And plus, the proteins in meat, it makes the body work a little bit harder to break down the proteins and form new proteins. Rather than if it's plant-based proteins, they're efficient. Okay, they're able to use the amino acids are there. Okay, so
How do you know if the soy milk that they're using is not like? When I see the milk, it's the regular milk, and the only ingredients in milk is
Just milk.
Milk.
Yeah,
and
hopefully. They might add sugar.
Enriched vitamins if they add it, you know.
yeah,
But how do you know the soy milk they're using? What ingredients? I mean, are they using?
that's the
stuff that
thing
has
too. Do they
gum
usually
and-
use the silk? No, something else.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't recognize.
So
it.
hard, man. I mean, because if I don't drink coffee, so I don't. Yeah, but like if you're gonna, I don't know. This town, yeah, it's up to you, because
I'm at that point where I'm just gonna go black now. I
Yeah.
don't need that steamed milk anymore, but I
That's
just
all I
need it.
why, Joe, why are you drinking coffee?
Something to do in the morning, I guess.
Well, no, yeah, seriously, you got to start asking yourself, you know?
I don't even know why.
Yeah, you got to start asking yourself. And if they got tea there, you know what I mean? Or I don't know, like, I don't know, they might, or just look for a different place to go. If you're wanting to do something or go somewhere, I mean, like I said, I go to Jamba in the morning sometimes to get a green smoothie or something. Not so much the fruit smoothies. The fruit smoothies have a ton of sugar. But if you get the more whole foods, even they have those juices, I mean, I don't know. I'm just, like, because what I'm trying to do is just create options for you guys. Know that what you can do out there. Know that you don't have to go to these places. I mean, I drive on McHenry. They got this drive-through Starbucks. That thing is popping right now. And they got a Starbucks down the street. I told her, my wife, I told her they got one at Target and they got one in Target. Okay, so we got to ask ourselves, why are we going to Starbucks when it's probably not doing anything for us whatsoever?
Everywhere.
Okay? Because we're looking to wake up or stimulate or just feel good. You know what I mean? And we got to start kind of asking, why are we feeling fatigued? Or why do we want to feel good like that? What's wrong with us right now? Okay?
I think the reason I go and get that coffee or that tea,
Yeah.
because I get hot tea also, is because that helps, move my breakfast.
Yeah?
Because, I've been fasting like you taught us.
Yeah.
So I fast now from 7, well, actually, I don't have a set time.
Yeah.
From my last meal, I won't eat for 12 hours
Yeah.
till the morning.
Yeah.
And that's something I never thought of until you taught us that.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't mentioned that to you, the breakfast thing. So what they say is that it's called breakfast because you eat again, right, in the morning from the night before. So if you think about it, you eat dinner, but then you fast because you're sleeping, and then you eat in the morning. So you break the fast, breakfast, okay? So what I tell them is, it takes your body about 6 to 10 hours to break down any meal, okay? Use those nutrients, and then after that, it goes into detox mode, healing, okay? And this means removing waste, okay? So this means your fat or like toxins are more fat soluble. So what happens is these toxins will be more released, right? The detoxing process will start. It'll start releasing the toxins, and they'll go into the blood. Okay? So that's why if people detox or they start something, right, and they might feel kind of like cruddy at first because they may have toxins going in there, and they may need to get some of that waste. They got to get rid of the waste. Okay? Maybe making it feel cruddy. And if you don't detox right, it's going to circulate in your blood a little bit. It's going to make your irritants go up, inflammation. But what I'm saying is, so once detox kicks in, give it about 4 hours or so, 2 to 4 hours of just detoxing. So I tell them, if you eat dinner at 7, try not to eat breakfast until 7 the morning after. Because, like I said, especially if you eat a light dinner, you've just given yourself a break. And that way you can go into detox more. And then, because when you detox, what happens when you detox? What do you think, Miley? Okay, well, yeah.
Because I'm
So, okay, because our body naturally detoxes it. Like alcohol, I told you, it's transforming things, and I mean, just what's it called? Yeah, it's trying to get rid of waste or handling. Even like if we go in or if we get too much sugar, it turns into fat, so we don't become toxic with sugar. Okay, so what happens though in detoxing is that it releases toxins or chemicals and because they store them in fat and they release into the bloodstream. Well, your waste, it wants to come from it has to get from the bloodstream into your intestines, into the waste, okay? So you have to give it that time to do it. So what I was telling Joe, you eat a light dinner, right? Then you go ahead and let that food digest about 6 to 10 hours or 6 to 8 hours, and then let the detox, the next process is going to take place. Because once you're done digesting the food, then your body gets to go to work, right? Removes the bad, right? Starts healing. And so it's gonna, like I said, go to the blood or release toxin to the blood, to the waste, you distribute it, okay? So you can do this through urine, what's our waste removal systems?
Urine, sweat,
Feces, stool, urine, sweat, okay? When we breathe out, it's like carbon dioxide, okay? So, yeah, so what I was saying, so if you eat a light dinner, you give your body that break, okay? You give it, so I'm just trying to give you all these just different tools, okay? Try to think, and even if you eat a light breakfast too, you kind of like get your body kind of like, okay, we're going to do this again, you know what I mean? So not just like if you get a fatty meat or like a meat or sausage bacon, you know what I mean? It's hard to digest, like I told you, the proteins and stuff. Like you could read it, oh, you're burning more calories because you eat more protein. Well, or from the meat, right? You're burning more calories. We don't need to burn more calories. Everyone's sick. We need to heal. That's what I think. You know what I mean? So, because, like I said, if you got extra weight, your body wants to get back to balance. Okay? It knows it's carrying heavy weight, and it will burn the fat. It has a process of burning the fat, but it needs to heal to get back to it. But you heard it. Okay, so you got that. So did you hear the breakfast thing?
No, I missed it.
Okay, no, that's fine. So check this out. So I say so give your time from 7 at night. If you eat dinner, give yourself 12 hours, a good 12 hours until you eat again. And I told them because it's like fasting because you don't eat, right? You sleep and you rest, and then in the morning you eat again. So you broke the fast because you're fasting. Okay. Okay. So you break the fast, so breakfast. So what was I going to say though? Now, we think of, I'm probably not going to go through the slides, I'm not going to have enough time. So, when you, what was I going to say? Oh, Joe, when do you think we build muscle? At what point after exercise? Or like you exercise and when do you think you...
After you've exerted the muscle, you're adding the protein.
You're trying...
It's trying to build itself.
Yeah, trying to rebuild.
Yeah.
Because what happens when you're working out, you tear the muscle down and it rebuilds, right? But if you're not resting, or say right after, or like say, because your body's supposed to, because you just told me that it's building muscle, it's repairing itself. Well, our major repair time is when? Sleeping. So you're also losing weight when you're sleeping because your waste is going to come out. Okay? So, like I said, give your body time to digest that food, give it the right food to digest properly, more efficiently, make the systems work efficiently, and then those detox systems kick in. You give it the time for the detox also, and so these are just tools that kind of help you, like I'm telling you, just help your body get back. Okay? But like I said, you're repairing at night. You know what I mean? And if you guys are working out, I'm telling you, make sure you're giving your body the nutrients. You're burning those. You may be burning calories and stuff, but like I said, you're stressing, burning those nutrients, right? Stressing throughout the whole day. And then we're under nutrified, right? And then our body has too many toxins, has too many irritants, and our intestinal system may not be the finest, so it's not even getting the absorption of the nutrients. So we have all these things working against us. So when you're working out hard, you're like, oh, I'm gonna bust P90X, and you're doing that, right? Well, you just stressed your body out completely, made it more acidic also because you're sore afterwards, right? Well, your body has to say, oh, okay, well, we got to send some stuff to buffer that out, okay? Well, you start getting tight now because you're just breaking down your body, right? And creating that stress. Well, and then plus you need to, when you ever tasted your sweat? Anybody? Salty, yeah? Okay, minerals, yeah? Okay, so you got to replenish these. And the salt, okay, so when I say salt is not so much the bad guy, because we all say, well, it's bad for hypertension. Well, the thing is, we can't, when they say that your body is losing calcium, your body processes are all just going, you know what I mean? They're getting shot, okay? Your body's tired. So if you give it the minerals that I suggested and like these foods, it helps it balance out. Plus, what's it called? Because we're saying the sodium. Oh, just watch out for the sodium. Don't you can add it on your own food, but don't buy it if it, you know what I mean. Don't buy too much of it already added in, because that's out of your hands. So, but any questions? Cause it's time, and I don't want to take too much time.
So what do we eat for protein?
Protein, go. Protein sources are, like I said, you got your beans. Now, what do you, let's see. Okay, protein sources, nuts and seeds, right? You can do grains, okay? If you eat quinoa, it's a complete protein, really easy to cook, takes about 10 minutes. Season, you can season it. I put oregano the other day, carrot, celery, onion. What else? You can put like vinegar, something just that, or lemon. You put lemon juice. So, or even like if you find a decent curry sauce, I like that with it. So, what else? And like I said, you don't have to so much cut out them. If it's really, really difficult for you to find a meal, a decent meal, or ideas, then I mean, you can, I guess, have a, you know, like your eggs or something, you know, just something a little bit. But like I said, it's harder for your body to break down. So, what else? But you get also your amino acids from your greens, your kale. So, let's see. Because I mean, this is the thing though. If we're all, or like if, like in my case, when I was sick and unhealthy, right? And everyone's talking about wanting to work out and get big and everything. I'm like, I just want to function, right? Be normal functioning throughout my day, be able to withstand my day. Like, that's all I'm looking for. Now, tell me, is protein really do we really need to think about, hey, where am I getting my protein? Or do we need to think about, hey, where am I getting my minerals when we need the majority of them and we need them to function? Yeah? Okay, but did I answer or no? Okay. So kind of get off that. Did I give you ideas for your bread? Try wheat tortillas. If you could find a healthy one, we at Trader Joe's they got one that's really healthy, low ingredient. What else? But like even like pita bread's real thin. The thinner breads, they don't have so much like stuff to make it rise. So like pita bread, you know what I mean? And like when even if I get a burrito, if I can't cook dinner and I go to Taco Church and I get a burrito, I take about, because there's so much extra tortilla on it, I take it off. You know what I mean? Just take off what's unnecessary.
That's what I had today for lunch.
But what I'm saying is, watch, man. Because I know when I eat too much bread and stuff, I'm like, oh, that's like, it's just sitting there, like, okay. So, and I talked about the gluten, and it's kind of hard for that digestive tract last time too. So, okay. Cravings for sugar, up your potassium, all these. Anything else? Joe?
I just want to tell her, don't eat burritos.
Hey!
All carbs. There's nothing good other than the meat.
Yeah.
I hadn't gone
Yeah.
grocery shopping, so
There's
I was at
cheese,
school and I was
rice.
like, I didn't know what to eat, so I
Rice
went
is-
and got a burrito.
Rice is processed.
I do no cheese, no because you're right. The grains, you got the rice. I tell them put the beans extra. You got to tell them to do extra stuff
You gotta say whole beans, not refried beans. You gotta. Chipotle is a better, place you can get the bowl, or if you go to Freebird, you can get a bowl there.
Just think of whatever's
Panera-
better for you.
Panera is all natural.
Yeah.
They have the best options there, but don't get something with bread in it. Get like the salad.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
if you need to really get that, I know what you mean. Like you're really trying to hit that bread or that you're looking for that carb. That's coming from this again. But like if you need it, just eat a little bit of it. But I'm telling you, eat those vegetables. Eat whatever is whole foods. I mean, you have to. I was talking about. I didn't get to go over, but do I'm calling it the shift your plate movement because we need to make it go this way. You know what I mean? You need to incorporate these and make these go down. That's why I put the grains and the meats aren't so important because, I mean, you're getting protein sources plus all the minerals and plus, I mean, these are just abundance of minerals. And phytochemicals, cancer reducing, man, like, you know what I mean? Antioxidants. Okay.
I used to eat a lot of burritos. That's why.
I'll tell you how I order a burrito, okay? I go, let me get, okay, no cheese, no sour cream, right? I want, so they put the beans, tell them beans. I want extra onion, because I tell them, can I substitute? Tell them, extra onion, extra cilantro. Because I'm thinking green. And I like herbs now. You gotta like them herbs, man. The herbs and the spices. Because, I mean, that's where the flavor's coming from.
Red onions,
And that's-
bell peppers, you know,
Yeah.
that's much better.
Mhm. If you look up like antioxidants, teas, spices, you know what I mean? And those are, they reduce free radicals. So, okay. You guys good? I mean, until next time, yeah?
Yeah.
I know I didn't get to cover my slides, but we covered a lot though,
If
no?
you gotta go,
No, I mean, but I don't want to take too much.
I don't gotta go.
But no, I gotta take that. Yeah, the kids got school tomorrow,
Oh,
so.
okay.
Wait, we have schools now?
Are you good?
I
I
want
mean,
to
any,
stay. I don't.
what else are you finding hard out there?
That's been so far what I've had issues with. Then obviously like going to my mom's house. And then
Yeah.
like they're, you know, I go to my mom's house and then they have like all this like meat and like
Oh, yeah.
bad stuff. And
He was showing me that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I feel like I've been okay. Like I don't really like chicken, so
Yeah.
I don't. And then I didn't really eat red meat, so for me, like the cutting out the meat part wasn't
Yeah.
that hard. It's just, but I don't really like vegetables either. So that's what
See,
you know.
this is the thing,
That's
though,
where
man.
it's. But I'm
Yeah.
trying.
No, I know.
Like, I'm eating like. I've been eating, I'm snacking on like carrots and celery and nuts and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And when I eat, I'm eating like, I eat like black beans, like with,
Good.
like
Black
with,
beans are better than the pintos, yes,
yeah,
for sure.
with like, so like for whenever I like pack my lunch for school, I have like a salad, like,
Mhm.
like with kale and stuff like that. And then I put like black beans and
Mhm.
like
Man, if
stuff
you got, dude, if your mom or someone makes some salsa, keep that. That's my lifesaver right there. Like that's flavor, you know what I mean? So you put that on whatever. Like, but you're right there. The beans, and especially. So I'm telling you, your proteins are coming from beans. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
So even just like a little bit of grains, because grains and the beans they work together to make a full protein. And like I said, get used to this right here. Easy to cook. Like try to flavor it. But it's a good if you learn how to cook the texture is
Do
good.
you ever log your food, what you eat during the day?
No, I'm going to eventually. I've been meaning to, but I've had so much coming up this last week. So I'm gonna do options for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and I'm gonna do snacks. Yeah.
I could do it.
Yeah, no,
Because I'm not. Because you know what? That's not realistic. Because like I don't want to log what I do in a day, but I'll give you guys options. Yeah.
I think it's good just so we can have like ideas. Of,
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Okay. No, because I know. But it's pretty. It's difficult, right?
It is. It's very.
Well, we got to start questioning, why is it so difficult, right? Yeah? And plus, like, why our mineral needs are not met with this, which is abundant in the standard American diet and processed goods. Our mineral needs are not that. Because I'm telling you, we're all either protein or mineral deficient, but minerals are majority of our essential needs. Okay?
Let me promise you one thing. I promise you this. If you open up that burrito and you eat it selectively,
Yeah.
you know, like with a fork, and you pick out just the things I can eat a whole burrito. It's not a problem.
Look at
Yeah.
But I feel like so much pain afterwards. But I swear, if I pick it out and I eat just what I want to eat, I still get that same, like when I'm done, I get full, but I don't feel like, oh,
Yeah.
why did I put that whole thing
Check-
down?
There may
For
be
the
some-
last 3 weeks now, I've not felt that because I haven't put stuff over.
Yeah, yeah. Check this out too, like, because you gotta think of like, when you start chewing or you start just like giving your time to eat, like we all like are on the go and eating. If you give yourself that time to eat and chew your food properly, it makes it easier for the gut to break it down, right? Because it's already broken down. Also though, Our teeth, our gums, builds enzymes to break down these things so we don't get cavities and stuff like all the time. You know what I mean? It's helping, the saliva is helping it so we can go down, and it's giving it that, it's already breaking the food down. Okay? So we're chewing and saliva and so. Okay?
Yeah, another transition I've seen in this last 3 weeks, when I made a salad, my salad bowl was about this big.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding, that big.
Yeah.
And I probably, I put it on my plate. But ever since the last 3 weeks, I tell you, it's like I didn't eat that whole bowl. It's like, now I'm making too much salad. Now it's starting to get like, how it gets kind of old
Yeah.
after a few days. You open up that Ziploc bag, you're like, is that normal?
Yeah.
Because I was making too much because I used to eat too much.
Yeah.
But by me just saying, I was going to start eating this way, I've noticed, I don't have to make so much food anymore. I'll have all that salad. I won't even finish my plate. It's like,
Yeah.
I got what I needed, and but I am, taking I have a Sprout protein shake that I do,
Yeah.
and that's a lot of vegetables and minerals there. I also do that, the vitamin pill, the daily vitamin
Yeah.
pill. So I'm getting full, but not by eating a lot. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain it, but
Like I
it's
said,
just weird.
it may be due to like mineral needs, you know what I mean? So you're taking what you need. It might not be a bad idea for now until you get more, because at first I bought a shake or like a supplement, but I cut it out. Once I started seeing documentaries and stuff, I was like, man, I'm cutting out all this, like, I don't even know what to eat, like, I'm just eating, like, I'm just trying my best to eat whole foods and get my natural resources, right? But if you need to get you going, like a meal replacement, you know what I mean? Just to get you going.
Costco, like the plant-based ones.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, if you're hungry, your your body's saying you want nutrients. You know what I mean? So that could satisfy that, or give you satisfactory. So
One big eye opener that he told me, I don't know if you were here for the first class, George. You remember when he said, we stuff ourselves with food, we're full finally because we were starving, right? But we didn't give ourselves like all the nutritional foods. We just give ourselves something to stuff us and suppress our mind and everything. But then all of a sudden, your organs are hungry still because they didn't get what they needed. I've noticed by